might just have a normal outing like a normal person. He must be nice. So I was going to the mall, and there was this parkade there, and look at that ideal parking space right there, right next to the door. As you can see, this car wasn't being very cooperative. I feel like you're being a little too selfish or something. And you're probably thinking, sir, why not just pull right in there? Unfortunately, this was a parkade, a multi-level parkade, and there's these giant cement pillars that are in the way, so you're navigating those, and you've got cars in the way, and one is parked awkwardly, but I was able to fit in there. Yes! I'm always reading. Every time I see letters or a code or every time I see a sentence, I am always reading. And as I'm getting my seatbelt off, I can kind of see through their passenger side window, and there's something written on the driver's side window, on the driver's side door, and I couldn't quite make it out. It was like backwards or something, so I had to make a quick trip around to see what was there. And written on that window of that driver's vehicle was "Nice park job, idiot," which I thought was fantastic. Like, it's just, you know, it's one of those little harmless things, and your colleagues putting on it, they know what they did, you know, and they're in the way, obviously, and nevertheless, I feel like it's a little policing of the public, you know. I didn't think it was that bad. So, this is how I left it, and then I go in the mall, I'm hanging out, I actually bought these shoes, had a snack, and then finally I am ready to go. And as I'm going back to the car, I noticed that the problematic car, the one that's kind of parked awkwardly on the side, like, that's gone, thank goodness I don't have to worry about that. And not only that, but the car in front of me had also already left, which means you can just pull right through, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about any backing up with the pillars and all that in the way. But as I was walking towards my car, was not expecting to remember leaving that there, you know. My first thought, of course, was secret admirer. Somebody saw this tall drink of water walking around the parking lot, you know. My second thought, of course, was maybe it's a job offer. Obviously, somebody from the local driving school probably saw that awesome park job that I navigated right in there. Somebody probably saw that and said, we got to get this guy on the team. He should be showing everybody how to navigate a parking lot like that. And I don't know if I would fit in that car now that I think about it. My third thought, of course, was litter. Probably just some papers blowing around. One of them ended up on your window, you know, like litter being around. So maybe it was that. My fourth thought was accident. Somebody probably dinged my car, and then it's like, oh, sorry about your door, you know, now you're going to have to get the door painted. Here's my contact information, you know. So sorry about that. Maybe this is a chore. What if this was all four things? Like, what if this was somebody that worked at the driving school that also would have crushed on me, that also dinged my car, that's also a litter bug? If you don't like the way I park somewhere else, a-hole. shaver before this started. Like, it says comedy, and I feel like it should just say, like, life lessons is what it should say. Mr. Planetta with a life lesson from this year. Lesson number 1, assumptions. Let's be careful making those assumptions, people. You don't know. It wasn't me. Just because there's something written on your car doesn't mean that it was me that happened to be there. It could have been any one of those other cars. There could have been just somebody walking by. It didn't need to be me, you know. And I also want to encourage people to be a bit more aware of their surroundings. Like, have a look around. Otherwise, it would have been just a guy coming back to his car with a threatening note on there for some reason. Like, if I don't like the way you park somewhere else. This sounds a little overly aggressive. What was the story? What led up to this? You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I noticed that on the window, and I'm glad I checked that out, and I hope that you can take this little lesson with you. Thank you so much. Have a great summer.